And we're live. Well, it's this Tuesday night, as promised, between 10 and 11 Central, here in the garage. We are in the garage, like the car's right there. We're in you're on like the bench, like the work area where you're sitting on a toolbox right now. It's shamefully cluttered. Like when I started recording YouTube videos in the garage 3 years ago. Still just terrible. Anyway, it's terrible. But we got some storms going on tonight. It's raining, so we might see some... Well, it's not raining right now, but thunderstorms in the area. So you might see the sky light up behind me. What's on the docket? What do we got on the agenda tonight? Well, I got some beer. This is the same beer I had last night. It's a Texas Amber Ale, Fire Ant Funeral. Clever, right? Because it's red. It's an amber ale. Pretty good stuff. Pretty good stuff. I also have tons of stuff behind. I don't know why I put everything behind the iPad. Got some Weller Antique 107. We'll be partaking in that later. I received some Snus in the mail from our friend Cisco 76. We might crack into some of these later tonight. And I brought a couple of pipes. I got this Stanwell Poker, which I'll use to sample a tobacco that I've never had before. And I've got the Neerup, this is the Peter Jepsen Ida style of Neerup. I'm gonna smoke some in that later on. Oh, y'all know what that is. This is Frogmorton Cellar. I don't know if it's coming across backwards or forwards. For me, it's backwards. Smokey Mo, how you doing? First comment of the night. So, now I know Andy nommed Tube. He said he was going to try to do a stream tonight. So, I'm sorry. I just I do these occasionally. But if Andy, if you're watching and like later on you want to like let me hop in on one of your live streams, I'll be happy to do that sometime. So I got the Stanwell Poker, and I'm going to try some of this Pegasus by Cornell and Deal, which I got from Max Cooper out of Asheville, North Carolina. He loves the Cornell and Deal blends. There you go. So I see we got about 7 people on. Who's on? I know that Smokey Mo's on. Y'all can comment. I can see it. Y'all can see it. It's gonna be great. Let me crack into my beer. There we go. I'm off my diet for like a day or two because you gotta have some of those refeeding days, carb cycling or whatever. So I went out to Pizza Inn tonight, had the buffet, and you pay for the buffet, but you can actually tell them to make you any kind of pizza that you want, and they'll bring it to you. And they have the dessert pizzas too, and they have this. It's basically a pizza, but they just put cinnamon and sugar, butter, and icing on it, so it's like a cinnamon stick. And that's what my wife requested. And they brought us one, but they made it with garlic butter instead. It was not good. That's gross. NFL Hangover Podcast says, good day. It's Rage. Oh, it's Rage. What's going on, Rage? Rage the Lunatic. Professional wrestling expert extraordinaire. Ugh. Had Rage on one of our episodes of Hey, We're Talking. And that was a really good episode. Had a lot of fun with that. We were talking about SummerSlam, which I didn't see. I didn't see SummerSlam. But yeah. Garlic, cinnamon stick pizza bread. No bueno. It's no good. But I bought some cookies. Yeah, it was actually worth watching. Yeah. I don't know. We get into those cycles where I'm into wrestling. I think when I was in Iraq for a couple of years as a contractor, they played all they showed all the wrestling and all the wrestling pay-per-views. Oreo churros. I've had those. Those are good. We got to watch all the wrestling, and then they would show the pay-per-views for free for UFC and wrestling. So there was like a 6 to 12 month period where all of us were religiously following all the storylines in wrestling and in the UFC, and it was intense. It was awesome. And then I think we missed a pay-per-view, and then we just lost interest because they just kept replaying the same things over and over again. The cookies I bought, I realized I hadn't had these in many, many years. And let's see, it fell off and the fans did too. Yeah. I think Oreos are probably my favorite cookie of all time. It's store-bought cookie of all time. It's hard to beat those. But these are really close. Who doesn't love lightning? The circus animals. Icing sprinkles, white and pink icing sprinkles. Man, that is so good. Pro wrestling isn't what it used to be. Indeed. Yeah, I was really around during when the hey, it's Berg. What's going on, Berg? Yes, these cookies are amazing. John Tent says I'm the only one who gets to listen to it truly live. My son, go to bed, John. You need to be asleep. My son's in the room over there. He's watching live, too. Keebler strawberry frosted cheesecake are delicious. Wow. That sounds pretty good. Oh. My son's watching. Yeah, I told my wife and my wife and my son and my mom. I was like, I'm going to be on YouTube live streaming tonight. If y'all get bored, just log in. My mom's like, okay, how's that, baby? She's not watching. My mom don't watch. Luis, dude, can't watch and comment. What kind of phone is this? Need Apple. Hey, Luis, you can comment. Luis Morales, everybody. Good fella. So, I am going to load up this Stanwell poker with some of this Pegasus. It's a small bowl, probably more suited for shorter smokes, like maybe like a Virginia or even an aromatic, because of that narrow bowl. But I really don't know what Pegasus is, so Duke of Wales. Hey, there's Lewis. There's another Lewis. How long have I been married? Any advice? I got married to... Rage. Let's see. I've been married for nearly 8 years. It'll be 8 years in November. And advice... communicate and, another Lewis M. In fact, yeah. 2 Luis M's on. Yeah, just be honest and be happy. You got to be happy in yourself. Pipehead, Oregon. We'll have to finish watching tomorrow Night Live. 4 a.m. comes early. All right. Have a good night, sir. This will be, of course, posted to YouTube for all generations to watch in posterity. Years and years from now, people will... We got this. Yeah. Yeah, Rage, you got it. 31 years... this year. Kill me now. Oh, come on, Berg. I've met your wife, Miss Rhonda. She is a sweetheart, for sure. You're a lucky man. And she's a lucky Mrs. Berg. Can't wait to hang out with Berg this next month in Nashville. It's going to be good. You got married when I was 4. No, I've been married for 8 years. Not 18, 8. 8 years. I got married 8 years ago. Although I did get married to my practice wife in 2001? Oh, no, Berg. Oh, my bad. I'm sorry. I forget people might talk amongst themselves in the old podcast. Sorry. Let's see. You mean Miss Rhonda put up with you that long, Berg? Says Smokey Mo. Yes. Berg is a charmer. Yeah, definitely a good one. Let's see, Rage says, I had a practice wife when I was in the military, divorced her in 2009. Hey! Been there. I was in the military as well. Some of us watching are still in the military. Like Mr. Lewis, Missouri. Practicing dentistry in El Paso, Texas. In the Teeth for Troops program or something like that. You know how they do weird stuff like that. Good memory, my man. Yeah, I remember. Smokey Mo lasted 17 years with the first one. That's a heck of an investment. Failed investment. But what you lose in time, with the failed marriages and stuff like that. Let's see, Teeth for Troops. I gotta give that one to the commander, yeah. Hoo-wah, stationed in El Paso, 1st Armored Division, Old Ironsides. 64 Deckard, same pipe. Yep, old Stanwell poker. What you lose, you lose, you can't really make up that time with a first marriage, but you learn a lot. So, it's not. Yeah, Rage's pipe's a little different. A little wink, yeah. I know what Rage is smoking on. My son the other day asked me, hey, Dad, if you could go back to yourself in high school, what would you tell yourself? Now, let's see. Shut down for the day, Berg. Yeah. Berg and Smokey Mo were talking to each other in the chat. I told him that I would want to, pursue education earlier and maybe stay in shape, eat correctly and things like that, but, I did not have my practice marriage was a rough experience, but I got my kid out of it. He's 14. He's a great kid. Hey, Bryce Parker, what's going on, man? So, even though those first marriages are rough, yeah, would have better taken care of my body. Me too. And Good Guy Gamer says, hey guys. So, no regrets. And we can't go back in time anyway. Yeah. Yeah. Bryce Parker's on. Bryce Parker's here, guys. Bigger, huge YouTube star, on the caliber of a Berg. Here's me, here's Bryce Parker and Berg, all up there. Derek, when am I going to come on and talk football? I don't know, Rage. I don't even know if I'm going to get in on some fantasy football this year. Last year, Kevin, the Naked Cartwheel King, was running a league, which was fraught with all kinds of drama for whatever reason. But then, I guess, I don't know, he's not doing it again this year. Yeah, I need a fantasy league, and I guess we're running out of time. I haven't been following hardly anything this year, so go Cowboys. I don't know. Again, my pipe smoking may suffer while trying to talk. Pegasus, quick question. I want to get into pipe smoking, so what tobacco should I try first? Boys winning each. Oh, Farmer Brad says my first marriage best mistake I've ever had. Makes me appreciate the one you got now. Yeah, exactly. First tobacco. Well, some people might say Lane 1Q is a good vanilla aromatic that you could try. I like this one, and I think this would be a good first tobacco for anybody. Frogmorton Cellar. It has a whiskey-ish topping to it, but it's got a good ribbon cut. Real. It behaves easily, but it also has that smoky Latakia flavor. So you get the it's got that grown-up tobacco flavor with a little bit of the sweet whiskey flavor. How much love, same respect back. Yeah. So that's a good one. Chatham Manor from Pipes and Cigars. It's like Russ Ouellette's version of Carter Hall. Also a perfect beginner tobacco. It's a burley-based blend with some a little bit of cocoa notes, a little sweetness. Well behaved, perfect moisture. A little bit of Chatham Manor and a corn cob. It's all the pipe smoking in reality. If you just want something easy to get into, that's perfect. Get you a nice little briar pipe. Let's see. Luis says he was thinking. Luis Morales says thinking the same thing. Yeah. Chatham Manor, Lane 1Q, obviously. Frogmorton Cellar. Some of the heavier Latakia blends are a little too grown up, and some of the Virginias are too wonky. Max says Black Duck by C&D is amazing English. Yeah, I haven't had that one yet. Gawith and Hogarth's Louisiana Perique Flake. It's a good starter. If you something that's primarily Virginia or Virginia Perique, I don't always like to fully recommend it unless it's already got some good age on it, because if you don't treat it right, it could bite you and could turn you off a little bit. I like to recommend stuff that's easy to pack, easy to smoke, easy to prepare. It's hard to mess it up, because even me talking with you now, I'm letting this go bad. Tom Rapp, nice evening for a smoke. Think I'll join you for some creamy caramel from Little Rock. Welcome to Little Rock. And you're welcome, Mr. Good Guy Gamer. Yeah, there's plenty of video out there, plenty of content creators. Let's see, 64 Deckard. Frogmorton is great. Frogmorton Cellar is great. Frogmorton. I have some Frogmorton. I haven't had the Frogmorton on a log yet, but I have some. Little Rock. Yeah, Bryce ain't chooching today. Well, Bryce, you gotta fix that, buddy. Little Rock. Yeah, my brother lived in Little Rock. My middle brother, Ryan. That's where his practice wife is from. We're trying to be respectful. Don't just call him the ex. But I did spend some time. I like Little Rock. Frog on the Bayou is way too much of a Balkan for my liking, says Max. And that's weird because does it Frog on the Bayou have Perique in it? I don't know. Maybe in another dimension where my wife lets me chooch in my office. Bryce, you got to get you a filter, get you an air purifier, get you one of them ozone things. Man, I can smoke inside the house. It's nice weather, so I like to be outside. Let's see. New subscriber, awesome vids. Question, I like sweet tobaccos. What's the sweetest one you've ever had from Louisiana? Louisiana. And I'm these comments disappear. I don't know if I've had any tobacco from Louisiana. I know you get Perique, which comes from Louisiana. You get some good Escudo. It's pretty good. There's a great little tobacco shop from there. Yeah, I don't know. I think he meant he's from Louisiana. Oh, you're from Louisiana. Okay, sweet. Yeah, you're from there. I'm sorry. I got to read these things like super fast or they just disappear. Sweet tobacco, lane 1Q. Easy. That's a sweet one. Let's see. Just had some 790 Highland I got from the Pipe Rack in Akron tonight. Good stuff. Hello, Josh. Yeah, sorry. It gets a little... It's good. This is like a burley blend, I think. It's alright. It doesn't have a lot of flavor. It's got that good burley in it. 64 Deckard says Frog Morton Cellar is the best to start with. I agree. I'm going to be throwing some Frog Morton Cellar into my Neerup later. Look at that pipe. That's good. Smoke C&D Green River Vanilla if you want sweet. Haven't had that one, but they can make tobacco just as sweet as they want. There's, Virginia's pretty sweet tobacco to start with. And I think they can Cavendishize it and then add all their little toppings and chemicals. This is all right. It's not bad. Let's see, Joshua. Frog Morton Cellar's pretty darn good. Yep. Lane 1Q, best starter blend for new guys. Maybe. Just depends on how sweet, savory you want it. How sweet or how smoky you want it. I like Frog Morton Cellar because it balances that sweetness with some of that savory, smoky Latakia. It's good. It's a good crossover blend. Technically, Frog Morton Cellar is an aromatic, but don't keep that between us because I remember Cousin Stuffy. He kind of blew up on me for saying it was an aromatic or a cross. He's like, that's my favorite Latakia, and I'm like, that's an aromatic, bro. Tongue Destroyer is as sweet as Navy McClellan's Dark Navy Flake. I've had their Navy Cavendish. I must have had it on a bad day. But yeah, McClellan's Virginias can get pretty sweet. And if you're not careful, if you smoke too quickly, yeah, it'll coat your tongue. Let's see, that's a C&D corncob pipe and a button nose, amazing arrow, and it's year round. Well, I've sampled that. That is very sweet. Drowning in rum. It's in the bulk. Yeah. Oh yeah, the Dark Navy Flake. Yeah. Those could be good. I think McBaron's Plum Cakes is one that's not too sweet. It's got some good... I need to revisit that one. And it's like pretty cheap. You can get like a 100-gram tin for the cost of a 50. Hoping to pick up some good stuff at a pipe show in Columbus on Saturday. Wow. A pipe show. Very cool. Yeah. You'll have no shortage of expertise around you there. So you're going to have a lot of people hoping to push some of their wares on you. Derek, when did you start smoking a pipe? Well, 2006. Started kind of on and off. I bought a cheap pipe. And let's see. Do you switch blends in your pipes or keep them separated based on what smoke? I let them go. North American Pipe Collectors Club. I try to smoke Virginias and Arrows and smaller pipes, and I try to smoke a lot of Kia blends and big ones. My palate's not nuanced enough to really say this is my Penzance pipe and this is my Magnum Opus pipe. No, it's just I'll smoke a lot of Kia blends in a bigger pipe, and I'll smoke Virginias and Arrows and smaller bowls. But I started smoking in 2006. I was Smoking cigars. I went to a cigar store and, oh, Smokey Mo's gotta go. Have a good night. Thanks for hopping on and hanging with me. You know, I lived in San Antonio, and this is my Penzance pipe. By the way, I told my wife that I knew Brandon Ray's brother, and she was impressed. Ha ha ha! Yes, Brandon Ray is a up-and-coming country music star, and he is my brother from a same mother and father. He's my little bro, and he's put out a song. He's being produced by Ross Copperman and Keith Urban. They're his boss. Oh, and 64 Deckard's been a pipe smoker 40 years. Salute to the master. Brandon's boss is now Keith Urban, and they wrote a song and put out, it's called Into the Earth. Keith Urban sings backup on it, and it's been playing on, Sirius XM's The Highway, and he's been touring. There's there's a national radio show called Bobby Bones. He's a DJ. Bobby Bones has a show. He also has a band, and he also has a stand-up comedy routine. My brother routinely appears on his show. He is also occasionally plays in the band, and they wrote a song for Bobby Bones' band. It's a comedy song called Chick-fil-A. It's called I Want Chick-fil-A, but it's Sunday, which I think we can all relate to. And it's now like the top comedy song on all of iTunes right now. So my bro is getting some good exposure. He's coming up. Dude, London Dock wasted my Savinelli. Too sweet. Luis, I still haven't tried my London Dock. I know that's an old blend that's been revived by Daughters and Ryan. I need to try that out. Farmer Brad says out here on Bakersfield, it's out here on Bakersfield and all country channels. Wow. That's cool. Into the Earth. That's Brandon Ray, my little bro. Let's see. Don't tell me that is going to be my next purchase. Hey, just because it's sweet, Max, just because London Dock is sweet, doesn't mean that it's bad. So y'all can, if y'all are interested in country music, I'm not a huge country music fan, and honestly, Brandon's new song "Into the Earth," I think it's a little overproduced in my opinion. But that's the style that's it. But it's consistent with the popular style today. I like it when he plays it like on acoustic or with the band. So yeah, you know what I'm talking about, Bryce. But when he plays it, Brandon's he's a real dude. He comes from West Texas. His songs that he writes reflect a genuine experience. So, a lot of the stuff that. A lot of country music today, a lot of the bro country is, let's see, when you see my comment, take a few minutes to answer. Something is not okay here. Yeah, I see you, Lewis. I see you. Let's see. Lightning going on behind me, says Tom. Yep. Thunderstorms all around us tonight. I think the majority has passed by. So I think we're safe. But anyway. I'm enjoying this amber ale. It's a Texas beer called Fire Ant Funeral. So, 64 Deckard says, Derek, what's Chatham Manor like? It's a lot like Carter Hall. It's kind of a higher quality take on Carter Hall by Russ Ouellette from Pipes and Cigars. It's kind of cocoa-y, kind of sweet. The moisture's just right. Packs real good, but it's a well-behaved tobacco. It's what I would call your daily, it's the literal all day smoke. If I had to choose one, that would probably be it. Just pleasant, easy to smoke. You don't have to sit and think about it to tease out all the nuances. Like, I taste hints of nougat and boysenberry. And see, it leaves you wishing you tasted more of the Virginia. Well, it's a good appetizer tobacco. How about that? It's a good appetizer tobacco. And some people do just fine eating appetizers, get the appetizer platter. That's all you need. Yeah. Luis says Chatham Manor's on his list. Let's see. Savory. Yeah. I wouldn't say Chatham Manor's too savory. Now this Pegasus that I'm smoking on, or that I've been sipping on, kind of a, just a Cornell and Deal Burley. I'm not nuanced enough to really pick out the difference. I know that you got your Max Coopers and your Amy Max, who love them to death. You got your Matches 860. Bastard's Ale and Gumblehead is a really good beer. My family loves it. I've had the Arrogant Bastard, but I haven't had the other one. And you've been smoking Granger lately. A big favorite of the Smoking Pipeliner. It's one that I have yet to pick up. But, I've had Prince Albert. I've had Velvet. Carter Hall. I don't know if there's going to be too much of a difference. I mean, there may be for an experienced pipe smoker, but for me, excuse me, I may not be, I'm just not advanced enough to really tease out the difference and tell you what's different about it. I like something that's got a lot of flavor. Bryce says, Condor is king. Well, you can't get that in America, can you? Can you, Bryce? You got to have a hookup. Let's see, Yorkshire Posse says, hey, Derek, James here in Austin. Born in Big Spring. Wow, this is my first live stream. I'm liking it. Please chug that beer now. How old are you, James from Austin and Big Spring? Let's see. Condor's Old Smoking Ads are amazing. Arrogant Bastard is some good stuff. Got any Oregon brews down there? Yes, I bought some Mirror Pond Ale from Deschutes tonight, and I might run in and get it after I finish drinking this. I'm not going to chug it. Come on. I got more respect for the craft brews than that. I got to take it slow because I got whiskey here too. But yeah, I got mad respect for the craft ales. Deschutes was, no, I'm not going to chug. It's good stuff, Deschutes. Yeah. Let's see, wait, I thought you were on some sort of diet thingy. Yes. Do you have a P.O. box? Can you send you some stuff? Oh, I got Canadian beer. Nobody has to send me anything, and I don't have a P.O. box. Amsterdam Brewery Bone Shaker. One of my favorites from Canada's Unibrew. I love those. I love that stuff. Get some Newcastle Brown. I've had that before. It's not bad. Yeah, James from Austin, born in Big Spring. I went to Forsan, which is a town outside, the little town outside. My son goes there. My son just started high school. Yes, Unibrew is fantastic. My favorite beer of theirs, La Terrible. 10.5%, gorgeous bottle. Love it. One of my favorites of all time. So, and if I miss your comments, guys, like I said, it kind of goes by really fast. All right, yes, I am on a diet. I am taking a day off because it's good. Don de Do is good too. Yes, I've had that one from Unibrow. Yeah, but I was planning a splurge day. I haven't had a day of splurging. I haven't had a day of carbs in over 2 weeks. So it's a cheat day. Yeah, splurge day. And what better thing to have on a splurge day than beers? Yes, I do subject myself to the comments. Beer, whiskey, and cookies. And I have some Haagen-Dazs coffee ice cream in the house that I will try later. Pretty excited about that. Coffee ice cream's good. Can't wait to try Haagen-Dazs' take on it. But so, this let's see, Ben Paddle Brewing from Duluth, Minnesota has some amazing brews. If you can get them, don't have them down here. Realize, get yourself some ginger beer Let's see. Yeah, the Moscow Mule thing, or you mix it with some stuff. Yeah, I haven't. I don't know if we have that, or we might have that. Bent. Yeah. Get yourself some Surly. What is Surly? Am I, is that a brand of beer? I get a lot of Texas beer brands around here, and they do bring in some of the stuff from out of town. You know, get some of the, like, New Belgium, and we get some Deschutes, and I've shown some other beers that I've gotten before. Excuse me. Goodness gracious, that's a lot of beer. Cisco's on. Cisco, my night's doing quite well. I was gonna show off later on some of the snoozes you sent me. I was gonna wait. Let's see. What's a staple Texas beer brand down there? Shiner Bock. Lots of tradition, old brand. It's really good. Lone Star beer is where it's not at. Yeah. There's a lot of good stuff. Real Ale Brewing, the Arnold Brewing Company. This is the Texas Ale Project from Dallas, Texas. It's a good brand that I've been finding. We're doing a lot of Ben and Jerry's. We've been doing a lot of there's a lot of canning here in Texas. Oh, Big Bend Brewing, really good beer company out of Alpine, Texas. And they've expanded, so they now have like a second brewery in San Antonio now. But yeah, there's tons of like little regional microbreweries, brew pubs down here, and the Texas beer scene it's lighting up. It's good stuff. You know, a lot of good summer, lawnmower beers. My old Texas roomie had Shiner around so much I can't even touch the stuff anymore, says Bryce. Hey, they have a lot of different. They don't just have the Shiner Bock. They got other stuff too. If you ever go to Chicago, we have Old Style, and it's really good. It's the staple of Chicago. Yeah, my Hey We're Talking buddy Bob is from Chicago, and he's always drinking. He's always showing off all these amazing beers from the Chicago area. Super jealous. I need to try some of their, like the East Coast juicy, Juice Bomb IPAs. I need to try some of those. I'm hoping to make it up to Chicago for the Chicago Pipe Show next year. I think that'd be fun. But we'll see. No promises. The only traveling in the future I've got is next month for Nashville, visiting my brothers who live there, and we're having the Pipe Smokers meetup. And Bryce says, hope to see you there. Bryce, you're coming? You're going to be there? Where you live, man? You live... Oh, or are you going to the Chicago show? Yeah, you're probably going to the Chicago show. We'll have to finish this in the AM. All right, Fire Killer. Thank you, man. Thanks for watching. Yeah, Bryce lives in the Chicago, yeah. I'd love to go and hang out with everybody. You're in Minnesota. Yeah, I hear Minnesota's pretty cool area. A lot of good beer, a lot of good food going on there. Shiner has a birthday beer. They have it once a year. They had a chocolate cake beer. I hadn't had that one. I saw that one, but I'm like, might be gimmicky. I don't know. I like Shiner, but like the craft beer snobs, they don't like Shiner for whatever reason. We don't have too many pipe clubs here in UK. I'm going to say United Kingdom. Yeah, I mean, I'm not really even in a pipe club per se. I guess I was, or I was a part of the Southern Fried Pipe Club, but I think I'm behind on my dues. My dudes. Well, welcome to this pipe club. Yeah, yeah. We the YouTube community is kind of a club in itself. Let's see, Josh is from Minnesota, but he lives in Ohio now. Good old Ohio. I need to get up to. I want to take my son to Cedar Point, ride some roller coasters. I think that'd be a lot of fun. So, I'm almost done with the beer. I go to some whiskey in a little bit. Let me tell you, this whiskey that I have is this is from W.L. Weller. Change the labels. This is the Antique 107, 107 proof. Corona is a great beer, says Cisco. Well, I know Budweiser now owns Corona. I haven't really had a desire to try it. It's not like an independent Mexican beer anymore. It's like its own thing. It's like part of the and Joseph says Modelo is better. Maybe Dos Equis is better. I don't know. But William L. Weller, yeah, Cisco just wanted in the beer talk. Get you some Panther bourbon. I need to get some more bourbon in the Talisker. I've had Talisker. I had some Talisker in Nashville. This stuff is hard to find in most places, even around here. But I happened to just catch a bottle on the shelf here locally. I am going to load up in the Nearup some Frogmorton Cellar. Sorry guys. Satisfying smoke. Weller is non-existent in California. Yeah, it's very regional. I know they're kind of nice to us guys in Texas because we can get the Weller Special Reserve, a great value whiskey, by the way. If you want a good value, you want a good bourbon, you can get they sell like the 750 ml bottle for $23, but you can get the full. Let's see, it's called Whiskey Barrel on Saturday, brewed, then aged in a whiskey barrel, then bottled. Not for me. Hey, Northern Bohemian. Our fella from up north. Shout out to Farmer Brad, says John. Now, Northern Bohemian is like one of my YouTube pipe community heroes. A fellow that I was watching before I came on to the scene. A great man, indeed. And be the highlight of going to Chicago. If I get to go to Chicago next year, that'd be the highlight for me. Be getting to hear Northern Bohemian. He says, you need to find no heroes. I need to find new heroes. No, I'm happy with my choices, but I would love to hear the Northern Bohemian wax poetic about the grain. Just look at that grain. I love it. That's his signature phrase. Great man. I love it, and I love his videos. Whoa! It's awesome. One video that copyright. Northern Bohemian has a couple of videos where he went through Kramer's Tobacco Shop in Beverly Hills, California, and he interviewed the owner, and that was really cool. She talked about all the blends, and I'm happy to have some of their Father Dempsey and Danny Kaye. Good stuff. And I think English blend. I have that too. But the one that caught me, he reposted onto YouTube from when he was on Vimeo. He did it was like a video response to Boontar and Skipsy's St. Patrick's Day giveaway. If you haven't seen that, so funny. He kind of trashes the Irish. It was great. And yes, Cisco, you got to pop into that icon. You know, if you're 10 minutes from Kramer's, pop in there. Take a video. Get you some good stuff from there. Let's see. What was that pipe from the Pipe Nook? Was that pipe from the Pipe Nook? No. I actually got this off of eBay. Let's see. I have a video with Marcia from the Chicago show that I haven't uploaded yet. Yeah, John, your videos from the pipe shows, when you interview the different pipe makers, you do a lot of, you and Tom do a lot of stuff where you talk to Per Jensen. Let's see. Yeah, Cisco wants to make videos like a grown-up. You know, the guy that runs Mac Baron, when you'll crack into some age tins. Those are cool. Bull! What's going on, man? I heard you hit 300 subs lately. Congrats. Yeah. More talk, less talky, more lighty. Yeah, Per Jensen didn't go this year. Yeah. Yeah. Peter Jepsen's Ida series of Nerup. I love a good Nerup pipe. Need to get more in the collection. You know, if you Savinelli, Peterson, just fine. But I love a good Nerup. Pro tip. Got a lot of folks visiting today. Yeah. Too bad I can't. Bull's got to work that weekend that I'm going to be in Nashville. Sorry to hear that. They're having a pipe show in Texas on October 7th in Fort Worth, which is relatively close, but my son is doing some marching band events, and I think I'm going to have some brothers in town, so probably will not be making that. But I'll just be getting back from Nashville, so I'm going to say, hey, Derek, what was that drink you shared with me at the show last year? It was bourbon. Oh, I think it was like that triple, it was like that Corsair booze. It was like that triple smoked whiskey from Corsair. I think that's what that was. Maybe. Bull brought some moonshine. When we were at Nashville last year, I had like 3 different moonshines from different folks. I had some of Eric's and Jad's pipes and Bull's. We used to have huge Skype conversations that kind of trail off. So we're stuck with the mayor and text. Yeah. We need to do some more, need to find time to do some fun Google Hangouts or Skype calls. Those are fun. And Bull says, it was good. And the moonshine was good too, yes. You wouldn't think that moonshine could have differences, but they were all different and unique in their own right. So it was very, very good. Frog Morton Cellar. Smoky, sweet. I probably had more bowls of Frog Morton Cellar in my lifetime than any other tobacco. Not that that really means anything, because I don't smoke all the time. And by the way, I just want to say thank you to everyone who's chosen to tune in and join me. You're under absolutely no obligation to watch or stay or comment or anything like that. It's just A lot of fun. I like the conversation that crops up. It's fun. It's a lot of fun for me. But I don't want anybody to think, you're here and you didn't stay for the entire time. How dare you? So if you compare any beverage to any pipe and tobacco, what would you say would be a good pairing? And are they still making Frog Morton off the shelves? Are they taking, and beware the moonshine, coffee? Let's see. They're not taking I think the only Frog Morton that might be in danger would have been Frog Morton Cellar, but that's been pushed back at least 3 years. The FDA regulations have been delayed. All the power is being taken out of those regulations, so they've been pushed back for several years. They're going to be reevaluated and probably be reduced or removed altogether. A good pairing of a good tobacco and beverage pairing. How about whiskey and Frog Morton Cellar? Talisker and Bothy Flake. I was thinking of that too. I was thinking like a good single malt scotch with Bothy Flake. Bothy Flake, made by Sam Gawith, is a is a great single malt scotch. I mean, it's a tobacco from Sam Gawith, but it's flavored with single malt scotch. Oops. Oh, come here. Across the Pond is out, or it will be because Cereal Out of Key is gone. Yeah, see, that's another issue. The original Syria stopped making Latakia, but a lot of different manufacturers, they buy these tobaccos in bulk, and they let them sit in their warehouses for years and years and years. Let's see, Cisco says, Bob's Chocolate Flake, chocolate milk. Oh, God. I can't have chocolate milk anymore. I definitely can't. But you know what is good? Whiskey and water. So, Bryce is about to buy a bag of vintage Syrian. Yeah. You gotta jump. You gotta get it when you can. Yeah, Luis, you're watching but having difficulties in commenting. No worries, sir. No worries. Got my Dickey's barbecue cup full of water. Don't worry, Dickey's barbecue is not that great. But the cup's pretty durable and holds a lot of water. So, I got, let's see, bourbon pairs well with anything, in my opinion. It makes everything sweeter. Does that just mean? No, that's a good one, sir. That is, I think bourbon does pair well with most tobaccos. Dickies, come on. I got a. If you're from Austin, you've got tons of great barbecue down there. Let's see, Orlick Golden Sliced with Sun Tea. And I gotta say, I'm a Texas guy, but I don't like tea. Never have. And Bull still waiting on 2 tins from Pipes and Cigars, the Syrian latest. Yorkshire, no chug with that. Yeah. So this is Weller's Antique 107, 107 proof, 53.5% alcohol by volume, and lots of flavor. I have diluted this with water. I'm not there's a lot of people that say, oh wait, I'll even do the unthinkable here. I'll throw a little ice in there. Some people say, drink it neat. You're not a real drinker unless you drink it neat. Or drink it with just a splash of water. Or some people like it on the rocks. I'm doing both. I've got it on water and the rocks. Woo! It tames it just a little bit. Drink it neat, only at work. Sorry, I can't do it at work. I'm a nurse. Although it might help with certain aspects of the job. But getting that IV started might be a little difficult. With let's see, that's stronger than Lamb's Navy rum. Yeah. So, woo. That's good. That leaves a good lingering oaky vanilla flavor. And oh yeah. Excellent pairing with the Frogmorton Cellar. Now I know Cisco's on here, and I might, when the pipe's over, I might crack into some Snus. I'll show you what he sent me. I gotta hit the hay, guys, says Good Guy Gamer. Well, have a good night, sir. Thank you so much for joining me. And Bull likes to freeze his whiskey. He likes it really cold. So I got some General Wintergreen Snus. So, Snus is basically a tea bag full of tobacco that you put in your mouth. Ooh, that does smell very wintergreeny. That's like stick of gum minty. So there's that. There's got some General White and right now. Got some General White in right now. Let's see. I got some Odin's Extreme, the extreme portion, made in Sweden. Got just a few in there. That's potent. Odin's Extreme. The wintergreen is too wintergreeny for me, for sure. Well, my tobacco tolerance is like at an all-time 0. Cisco has Thunder X Slim White Dry in right now. Nordic Ice. I used to do that till Mom caught me. She made you swallow a whole can. Jeez. Nordic Ice Wild Cherry. And I like this little metal tin. This is really slick. Are there any snoozes that taste like Copenhagen? I don't know. You might want to ask the snus experts on here, because I've never had Copenhagen. But this is black. This is like cherry. Woo! Like a cough drop cherry. Yorkshire Posse. Been thinking about trying snus. It may be a little too much for me. Let's see. Nick and Johnny's Americana. An extra strong portion. Now that might be oh, that one's sealed. So Cisco might know if this one's, might know what that one's about. Let's see. No, but going to white portions was easy. That's mouth cancer stuff. Well, not necessarily. Where online do you buy snus? Snusstore.com. I don't really know. I know. I do know that like Cisco and Jamin would know. Snus24. Yeah, snus24.com. And then I got, finally, was Odin's Extreme portion. And Snus Central. Wow. That's pretty cool. That's like minty. A little minty there. So thank you so much, Cisco. Yeah. Yeah, I think it's snus24.com. You just Google that, I think, is where you'll be able to find it. Let's see. Scruff Slim Fresh is fantastic. I just don't want to pay the insurance. Oh, that's melon. Yeah, it did smell. It smelled kind of, I don't know why I said mint, but it was like kind of florally, fruity. So, it's good. Yeah, snus24.com. I guess what I've been told is that because they're shipping that from overseas, the shipping costs are like pretty steep. So you'll want to buy a lot. Like you'll want to like maybe share a, let's see, Americana is the cherry Dr. Pepper flavor. Cool. Cool, cool. what I've been told is that you kind of want to just combine. You know, if you or somebody else wants to order something together, you combine those things together. But Bryce gets his general snus from the gas station. I think the Swedish made is a little bit more natural, maybe, as I'm sure like the Camel and they got less. So if you buy 15 cans, it runs about $4 a can. So normally the stuff runs $2 or $3 a tin, and you get like 20, 24 portions in them. And so when you combine at least 15, it drops it. Everything is like it averages out to be about $4 a tin. So General is the only Swedish sold retail in the United States. Okay, so it is a Swedish made snus. So that might be what you want to go with if you want to try to. 64 Deckard says, time to go, Derek. Nice chatting. Have a good morning. You too, sir. Thank you for tuning in. And thank you all for joining me. I know you don't have to do this. You don't have to like join me. But it's much appreciated. I enjoyed the conversation. And when I started doing these, I thought, maybe somebody would want to watch, but I don't know. You know what? I haven't had near enough to drink than I should. I kind of promised that Buzzy Derek might show up, and Buzzy Derek has not appeared yet. I've just been kind of sipping. I was sipping on these drinks, sipping on the pipe, and chatting it up with my folks, with my people on here. This is a reason to sip and smoke afterward. Well, yeah. If anything, but just to join me and have an excuse. Dear, I have to drink. Derek Tant is on YouTube inviting people to drink with him and smoke with him. I have to. What kind of friend does that make me if I just sit around and don't drink and don't smoke when somewhere in this world Derek Tant's on YouTube having a drink, having a smoke by himself? I cannot abide that. I will join him. Thank you all for being brave. Thank you for... Yorkshire Posse really wants me to just slam this whiskey. Bull's like, go get the Hennessy. Yes, Mr. Joseph Boyd. Yes. That's what it's all about. It's all about friendship. It's all about family. It's all about hanging out together. So, yeah, I do these kind of impromptu. I did put up that little video about this time last night, a little bit later last night, just because I knew that tonight I would be free. And some had asked for like, hey man, like give us let us know, because I usually been starting them kind of late and just totally excluding the people out east, people that try to go to bed at a normal time. So I tried to start it early enough. But yeah. Picked up a frozen pizza tonight. That's going to be my middle of the night snack. Got a Totino's pizza. Yeah, there's no normal working in restaurants. Oh, you work in a restaurant, Joseph. What do? You the Gordon Ramsay style executive chef calling people donkeys? Yes, the heads up was cool. You're pulled up next to my homework. Well, thanks, Bryce. I appreciate that I can be your, some people just play music in the background. You got me talking about, I don't know, frozen pizzas and cookies. Supervisor for Jason's Deli. Hey, we have one of those 40 miles that way. I've eaten there before once. It's pretty good. Not bad. Need to go back. Sandwich shop. I think the Jason's Deli Rocks says Yorkshire Posse. We also got McAllister's. Now that's a good one too. And we actually have that in our town. But because I have been trying to eat low carb lately, and I've been sticking with that, like the past 2.5 weeks, total low carb. They started in Beaumont, Texas. Yeah. I haven't really been eating carbs in the last 2.5 weeks, so that really excludes where you can go out to eat. Usually you have to go to a steakhouse and order broccoli instead of fries. That's fine. Get you a nice ribeye steak, cooked medium. Throw some butter baked broccoli and maybe a bourbon. It's not bad. I mean, it's not a bad way to eat, but it really does. I can't just run a McDonald's or Taco Bell unless you make some serious modifications, and that's not worth it. I got that pellet smoker out on the back porch, and it's just as easy for me to go to the grocery store and say buy $5 worth of chicken legs or chicken thighs or something at $1 a pound, already pre-seasoned, and just throw that on the smoker for an hour, and got some awesome barbecue chicken for $5 that'll feed me for like 3 days. Not bad. Not bad at all. So I'm not hating my life. But if it's a cheat day, I'm having frozen pizza and cookies and ice cream. And beer. And whiskey. I got some more of that Weller 107. All right, they want to see me down it quickly. I will down the rest of this. Here we go. Oh, so good. So good, delicious. Nothing wrong with that. Especially the whiskey. Ooh, yeah. Yeah. Now it's a party, says Bryce. Yeah. I mean, maybe I should, like, I don't know, maybe just put more whiskey in the glass. Well, yeah, I'll just do it. I'm gonna do it for you guys. Yeah, I'm feeling. I got a nice breeze out here, but I'm definitely warming up. Now, I don't want to drink too much of this. I'm going to Nashville next month, and my brother's like, "Hey, will you bring that bottle with you?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I'll bring the bottle with me." So, I gotta share with my bro when I get down there. So yeah. Oh. Add a little bit of ice. Tell us a little bit about that podcast you do. How did that all come together? Is that one guy a comedian? Okay. Well, I'll chat a little bit about... and Bull's going to have another swig. Yeah. This is the Derek Tent still rolling strong on the live stream. Scott Donnelly. Now, Yorkshire Posse James, the guy you saying, is that guy a comedian? The guy you're talking about is the guy that just commented there, Scott Donnelly. He's that guy. He has done stand-up comedy and radio in his life before. He is a legit comedian. So bring the bottle. Did you say it was just going to be full? Now, I'm not bringing this to the meetup. It might be gone. It might be gone by then because I got my brothers I got to stay with. But I will be bringing. What? Who says stop? Who says stop? But Scott and I and Bob started the pod. We had talked many years ago about Scott and I had talked many years ago about Scott is just a dude, not just Scott. Hey, Scott's like, I'm just a guy. No, he's a living legend. He's a living legend. But back when Scott was still active in YouTube pipe community, he and I had talked before. We were like, you know what, you and I, we should do something. We should do some sort of show. And we didn't do a show. They went on to form the Beer and Backy Show without me, which is fine because I work at night and am unavailable most times anyway. So Bob, and Jimmy, and Kevin, they started the Beer and Backy Show. They had the run of that. And yeah, Bryce, I'm just playing. It's like my little joke. It's like my little. I like to sometimes poke Scott with that. All right, Cisco, I'll let you know how this. If I get into some of the snooze tonight, I'll let you know how it went. But thank you again. Causing trouble with the beer and backy. No. When that when that started to kind of wind down, when beer and backy, when that show kind of winded down a little bit, Scott and Bob, Scott and I started talking about, maybe revisiting our idea of a podcast, and he talked to Bob about it too. He wanted to get involved, and wanted to do a side project as well. So that's what we did. We just kind of podcasted it up, and both Bob and Scott have professional, really nice audio-visual rigs, and I'm still using. Let's see, how did you meet him? From YouTube? Yes. As I am, Bob and Scott were both members of we're both active members of the YouTube pipe community from, 2-3 years ago. Yeah. Subscribe if you're not already. One of the millions of fans. Yes, we have millions of fans. So, yeah, you're still in the Stone Age. Yes, I have my Sennheiser headphones with the little microphone. I've already talked to Scott. I'm going to be upgrading my audio-visual rig this week. Bull's got to go, but he wants me to have a drink for him. I definitely will. One of the things that I needed was I'm going to use my wife's old laptop. I'll download Skype on it, and I'll buy a webcam, and I will get a new microphone. Yeah, but yeah, it's a Sennheiser. It's good. I thought it was good, but apparently the audio quality is not as good as I thought it was. So, Scott and Bob have been kicking me in the nuts to upgrade. So I'm gonna upgrade on the mic. Yeah. Hey, and Scott's been like, oh, he's like, I hate to be mean. I'm like, y'all aren't being mean. I do need to upgrade. I've been looking at it for the past few weeks anyway, and it's time. I do need to upgrade for sure. So when you do that show, are you all together or different cities? We're definitely different cities. Bob's in Chicago, Scott's in Greenville, South Carolina, and I'm here in West Texas. So we just record a Skype call. Yep, Scott says we're all on Skype. So, more whiskey. Lewis, all right. They're the best mic for headphones, hands down, but a separate mic makes you look more legit than two pros like Scott and Bob. Yeah, definitely. Cool. Well, you're welcome, Mr. Yorkshire Posse James out of Austin. I was in Austin just in May. Went to the iHeart Country Festival. My brother was playing at it, and I got to go to that. This should get better and better as Derek drinks the whiskey. Yes, Buzzy Derek will be making an appearance soon enough. And be sure, Cheers. How about pour some Jameson Irish? I don't have any. I don't have any. Download Ends of the Earth. Yes, Scott, we were just talking about that. My brother's got a new song out, Ends of the Earth. It's available on iTunes and all, you can request it on Spotify. Co-written and produced and background sung by Keith Urban. So that's cool. It is good. And like I said, I think it's a little overproduced. Kind of not auto-tuney, but it's kind of got that, a lot of production sound to it. It's a lot better than, hey, Bryce Wifes likes it. Yeah, because you said that you were like, I know that guy's brother. Very impressive. Brother's name again is Brandon Ray. Brandon Ray. Frequent collaborator with Bobby Bones. And, younger brother of this guy, so that gives him so much more credibility. We're very proud of him. I'm excited. I'll be visiting in September, and I'll go on the road with him and my other brother. My other brother plays the drums. They're going to do some shows in Greenville, South Carolina, and Charlotte, North Carolina, the weekend of the September 22nd and 23rd. And I get to go, and I'll probably be hauling drums and guitars onto the stage. So I get to play roadie. And I'll probably get to hang out with Scott, my friend and podcast host. And to be honest, that's all. That's the only reason I'm going. It's not to hang out with my bros or listen to some good music. Or the other band they're playing with, Muscadine Bloodline. I guess they're popular in the Carolinas. I don't know, but so where did you and your brothers grow up? Right here, Big Spring, Texas. My parents live about 5 miles that way. We moved in June of 1990, and my parents still live there. So we moved here in 87. That was the year Brandon was born. So headed to the Ramblin' Scotsman's home. Yep, gonna hang out with Ramblin' Scotsman, and I'm gonna I'm gonna play with his dogs, and I'm gonna charm the crap out of Cheryl, his wife, because she loves me already. Let's see. Gotta go, gents. It was fun. Derek, just get a windscreen for your Sennheiser mic later. Yeah, I'm going to be getting a new mic later on. I'm getting a mic soon. And it's going to be better. The professional quality is going to, my professional quality, because that's what's been holding the show back, is me on, Mr. Red headphones. That's what's destroying our show. So, but good night, Bryce. I do appreciate you joining me here on my YouTube channel. Derek, it was a pleasure. I hope you'll do this again. It was fun, man. Thank you, James. Appreciate you. Glad you could join me live from Austin, Texas. Yeah, I'll do it again for sure. Probably on Tuesdays. Maybe every other Tuesday. I don't know if I'll be able to do it in 2 weeks' time, but I'll be doing this occasionally. It's fun. Hey, Scott. I don't know if you saw, but it's Splurge Day. I went to Pizza Inn, got some pizza, got that cinnamon stromboli, and then I went to, when I was texting you earlier, I was at the grocery store. And I got these. Circus Animals, second greatest cookie available at the store. I mean, I don't know how you can deny that. Pink and white icing, sprinkles. This stuff is so good. It was like during my practice marriage. I think I discovered those in my practice marriage. Second greatest thing to come out of that, besides my son. Great job, Derek. So, yeah. So the buzziness is starting to to take hold. I had some topics that I was going to talk about, but I forgot to write down. And I guess my son mentioned this is from a movie. I'm sure the question's asked, but like in Disney, right? Mickey Mouse is a talking, walking mouse, wears clothes. Minnie Mouse, talking, walking mouse that wears clothes. Goofy, talking, walking dog that wears clothes. Pluto. What's up with Pluto? He's a dog. He doesn't talk. He doesn't wear clothes. You look like you're going to enjoy those soon. I am. I'm going to have some cookies tonight because I go back to eating, to like clean eating tomorrow. So I'm going to get as many cookies in my belly as possible. Yes, the full buzzy. Yes. Yes, indeed, Scott. And I don't know who's still watching. It says there's 4 people watching, and that's fine. I know it's late. It's a work night. It's a school night. But I'm just here hanging out, having a little fun, talking about tobacco. Like I've been trying to smoke this Frog Morton Cellar in my Nerup, but talking and smoking don't always go hand in hand. Oh. Northern Bohemian's like, I'm still here, but I don't know why. Yeah. I don't know either. I hope it's been entertaining. Well, somebody suggest a topic that I can talk on. Let's see, be short. Derek, have you tried McCarthy single malt whiskey from Oregon? Tastes close to an Islay Scotch. Petey. No. I didn't even know that Oregon made a peaty whiskey. That sounds awesome, but I have not had it. What I want to do is I'm going to be... It's like, anytime I drink, I just turn on the camera here and do one of these live streams, but I would like to go to the liquor stores and start building up my collection of scotches and stuff. Let's see, they import their malts from Scotland. Recommended. Well, if I see it, I'll be sure to look into it for sure. I'll be sure to get some. I'm trying not to... Let's see, what are your top 3 bourbons? Oh, top 3 bourbons. All right. How about, just for Jim Beam Black, or the Jim Beam Extra Age. That's really good stuff. Let's see. I would probably go with maybe not this stuff, but the Weller Special Reserve. Really good stuff. Dude, have some fun with the rest of the broadcast. I'm out for now. Well, good night, Scott, my friend. And B Short says, have you ever had any Pappy Van Winkle? No, I want to. And Luis is still here subscribing to Scott's channel. Scott don't make no videos anymore, unfortunately. And my other bourbon, how about Eagle Rare? That's pretty good stuff. That's pretty tasty. He's had that fake Pappy that he made. Yeah, I mixed some of this stuff, the Weller 107 with Weller 12 year, and made some poor man's Pappy, but it wasn't that great. But, I really don't have like a top 3 bourbons. I don't know, it's hard for me to quantify. It's different. It's hard for me to rank them. But Jim Beam has always the Jim Beam Black has always just kind of been a good, solid, tasty bourbon. Let's see. Still need to try Eagle Rare. I've had Buffalo Trace, though. Yes, Buffalo Trace. Really good. I probably could have put that in there, too. Really good stuff. But I used to have, like, a bunch of different bottles, and I did some blind taste testing with them. And Jim Beam, always a solid performer. Jim Beam Black, that is really good. So, and what was that other one? Henry McKenna, I think. Henry McKenna Bottled and Bond. That's hard. That's some good stuff too, and that's not super expensive. So, anything like that. But if you want just a good, solid house bourbon, if you wanted to you wanted to invite somebody over and let them try something, you want a good, solid table bourbon, just get Jim Beam Black. It's good. It's a good, I would say, a daily sipper, because you probably don't need to be drinking alcohol on a daily basis, for your health. But if you were to get something on a daily basis, Jim Beam Black or W.L. Weller Special Reserve, it's good stuff. This is Weller 107, so it's a little bit more high potent. But I like to add water to it. But to be honest, my favorite style of whiskey is Scotch. Islay Peaty Scotch. It's so good. Woo! Gotta stay hydrated. Northern Bohemian says thanks and bye, Mayor. Thank you for joining me, Northern Bohemian. It's been an honor. Thank you for being on. And Joseph says he hasn't dived into Scotch yet. Well, there's a lot of options and there's a lot of styles of Scotch. The Macallan and the Glenfiddich, the Glenlivet. I'm a little meh on that. Between those, like the Highland Scotches and the Speyside Scotches, just give me a bourbon. I'll take those over that. But the Scotch that I really like are the Islay Scotches. The peaty, smoky, salty Scotches. That's where my heart is. That's what I love. That's what I like to drink. Are those smoky, peaty, just flavorful Scotches. Like Lafroig and Ardbeg, Bunnahabhain. There's other brands that I haven't had yet, but yeah, the Ron Swanson style of Scotch. That's what I enjoy for sure. That's my favorite spirit. It's my favorite alcoholic beverage of all time. Let's just be real. I put that above beer. I put that above bourbon. I put that above everything. Is a good smoky, peaty Scotch. That's like my favorite thing ever. For sure. Still love beer. Still love bourbon. But I love Scotch. Yeah. Who there? Anybody there? Just as I'm getting buzzy. Yeah, I'd better not drink too much more. But that is flavorful. Woo! I actually thought that we'd have a lot more lightning and thunder in the background tonight. I'm not on the back porch. I'm sitting in the garage. And this is my front yard, my driveway. My cars are my wife's cars are right there. We're sitting next to we're in the garage. Yeah, maybe I'll smoke some more of the pipe. Anyway, I don't know. I'm losing my train of thought. Let's see, Be Short. Do you watch Ralphie on YouTube? He does a lot of Scotch reviews. I have watched him. I don't subscribe to him and catch all his new stuff, but I have listened to his, I can't do a Scotch accent now, but yes, I've watched a good number of his whiskey reviews, and he's good. What's the my wife thing a reference to? All right, that's that's from Borat. Folks like me and Boontar and and Crossroads Greg. We do a lot of the my wife. That's where that's from. That's from Borat. You know, it's just something we do. You know, we've done a lot of Voxer chats with each other, and anytime he was like, well, my wife did this, and I'm like, excuse me, you're who? Who said that? And like, oh, I'm sorry, my wife. You know, so yeah, that's just it's kind of a inside joke, inside reference to Borat, a movie which I have only seen once. I need to see it again because it was very funny, but it was very raunchy, and my wife would not enjoy it at all. So I can't really watch that around her. mm. Mm. Oh yeah. Frogmorton Cellar, boys. It's a delicious tobacco. Let's see. This phone is kicking my nuts. So he'll stop making comments, but he'll be watching. So Mr. Luis Morales, longtime watcher of my channel, watcher of Hey We're Talking, from Mexico, but I think you've moved to California? I know you're watching, but your phone's misbehaving. I don't know if the phone is going to be your best option for watching a live stream. Maybe a tablet or a laptop would be an optimal thing to watch on. Frogmorton Cellar and a Peter Jepsen Ida pipe, otherwise known as like a Neerup. I heard noises. I mean, I got neighbors. I have neighbors, and of course it's fine if they're up at this time, but they're usually not. Joseph Boyd says, I need a Neerup. I have my eyes on the church warden they make. I didn't know they make a church warden. Dude, Neerups. That's the best. Yeah, Peterson's, Savinelli's, fine, whatever. They're nice. But you want a good, like, factory pipe, like a good mass-produced pipe, Neerup. I mean, like, they just have a handful of guys, they knock them out, they put them out, but they're still, like, super high quality. You got a lot of good Neerups, a lot of their cool shapes. They have, the rustication and the staining, that they're very distinct. You can't, like, a Neerup is a Neerup, and you can't really mistake it. They're really good. And here's a secret. Peter Jepsen's high-end, like his line of high-end stuff, Briar Boy, what's up? Aaron Strange, what's up, man? Yeah, their acorns look really good. Yeah, their high-end stuff looks just as good as their $100 pipes, just about. I mean, they sure have a few things. Some of the stem work's a little bit higher end, and some of the adornments are a little bit different. But I mean, when you look at some of the $600 Peter Jepsen handmades versus like a $100 Neerup or a $120 Neerup, they're pretty close. And that's just a testament to the high quality. And speaking of pipe makers, we got Briar Boy, Aaron Strange online with us. Perhaps. Let's see. Lewis says 2 more weeks. Derek had to wait for my uncle recruiting people to work in Los Alamitos, California. So Luis is going to be moving from Mexico into California. Well, that's cool. Got yourself a job. No problem. So, let me relight this Frogmorton Cellar in a Peter Jepsen Ida or a Neerup Plus, you know. Hard to beat that flavor. That's a good tobacco. What's the beverage of choice this evening? Derek asks. The Briar Boy. Well, I did finish this beer, Fire Ant Funeral, a Texas Amber Ale, but I moved on to Weller Antique 107. And had a little bit of that. I filled up that glass a couple times. Add a little water, add a little ice. It's really good. And I'm in full on, like, buzzy mode. So, if you're anti-alcohol, well, then you can just leave. Don't leave if you're anti-alcohol. I don't care. You know. There are people who don't drink, and I do not disparage that at all. My parents don't drink. My mother especially, she dies a little anytime she sees that I drink. Anytime that she sees that me or my brothers drink, she just kind of, it breaks her heart just a little. So, let's see. I grew up in the Mormon faith. Well, you know about it then, Joseph. You can't have caffeine either. Caffeine or alcohol, you can't have anything that affects the system. I mean, that's I don't get that, because the Jesus that the Mormon faith professes to believe in, and the Jesus that the Christians profess to believe in, his first miracle was turning water into wine at a wedding, at a party, at a wedding reception. He made good wine. So, true, but I'm gay, so left the church. Well, a lot of churches, they look down on that too. I don't. That's nothing. That's not in my realm to ever judge or look down on. So, I don't know why that is. I don't know why God-believing people. But you drink and smoke now, so life's good. You drink, you smoke, you're gay. That's great. But a lot of churchy people look down on smoking. They look down on drinking, and they look down on homosexuality. They judge it. They hate it. Nope. Not here. You know. And, you know. Let's see. Briar Boy, enjoying a little red wine and snuff tonight. I haven't had snuff in a little while. I do have some snus here that Cisco 76 sent me. And I might, my tolerance for nicotine is nearly gone. I don't know why. I can of course have a pipe. I haven't had a cigar in nearly a year, so I don't know how I would deal with a cigar. But every time I try some snus, it just kicks my butt. Like my head spins and I get nauseous. Even the like the light, the easy stuff, it really just kind of kicks my butt. So I don't know what's going on there. But snuff is pretty good. What snuff are you snuffing on, Aaron? Wonder if I've had that. Whatever you got. So Joseph, on behalf of any Christian who may have treated you bad, I'm sorry. That's not the behavior that we're supposed to do. There's a lot of people who claim to be from the religions of love and acceptance. There's a lot of hatred out there. There's a lot of intolerance, and I don't get that. That's ridiculous. Let's see. Yeah, that's why cigars are hard for me. Need to eat a big meal. Let's see. Fubar Snafu Plain. It's strong. I've had some Fubars, and their stuff is, that's some strong stuff. I have tons of snuff that I haven't got to yet. I tried a bunch of those white snuffs, like White Elephant. Man, that stuff is so fine. It's rough. I mean, it is like, you sniff that, it is fire in your nostrils. But the Fubar Bohica, you know what I'm talking about? With the chili pepper, oh my God. That stuff burns. Oh man. Your daily go-to. White Elephant is so hard to take. Yeah. They make those snuffs that are just so fine. It's like dusty powder. It's not even, good snuffs are like real moist and coarse. You can sniff them a little bit and they kind of stick around. But these fine snuffs, they're like powder. They just go all the way into your lungs. It's crazy. And you're just like, I don't know how they do it. I don't know how that works. But I like a good flavorful, like Old Paris. Freiburg and Trier's Old Paris. Yeah. Freiburg's like, yeah. Old Paris, that's good stuff. I may tonight go throw down some Old Paris. That is some good tasting stuff. So, well, thank you all for joining me tonight. Buzzy Derek is live and in person in his garage. Freiburg and Trier makes good stuff, says Briar Boy. Yes, indeed. I need these cookies. I've held off too long. I got these circus animal cookies. Probably my second favorite cookie of all time that you can buy from the store. Maybe second only to like Oreos. But, man, I mean, these are... Oh, man, these are like perfect. They're so good and flavorful. I mean, I don't care about the animal shapes. I mean, that's for kids. That's kid stuff. The colors, I don't care. But it's just this icing on this cookie. It's just like this cookie with icing. And the sprinkles provide like a little crunchy texture. Es perfecto. Muy perfecto. And that's for Lewis. With my limited Spanish speaking skills. Muy perfecto. Es bueno. Oh my God. I would almost be tempted to eat this whole bag. Iced animal cookies. Never seen those. What? Mother's. The original circus animal cookie. Yes. Iced animal cookies. Man, I gotta tell you, these are... These are your all-day cookie. This is the Chatham Manor of cookies. I say that, and I haven't had these in years, but they're so good. I could eat that whole bag, but I'm not gonna. My wife and my son know that I bought these, and they're expecting this bag to be, not empty in the morning. So I gotta hold off. Let's see. Did you used to come in little? Did those come in little boxes in the 90s? I don't know. I know regular animal crackers did. Like the regular animal cookies. They didn't have any icing on them. I think those came in the boxes. But these, maybe. I don't know. I discovered these. I think I discovered these back in the early 2000s. When I was married to my first wife, and that's the only these things, and like my kid who's sleeping right there in this room. Those are the only good things to come out of that first marriage. Besides the experience that I gained, my son and animal cookies. So, but I don't want to. I don't need to dwell on that one. I don't need to dwell on the ex-wife. Let's see. The box looked like wagon cage. Yeah, I think that was. I think those were just like the plain animal crackers. Which I thought were kind of a ripoff. It's like I don't know. They're okay. I really liked the iced ones better. I really want more, but I'm gonna hold off. I'm gonna resist. I'll have some whiskey instead. I'll have some whiskey instead of animal crackers. So, yeah, yeah, they were basic. Yeah, pre-iced. Nowadays, they got like Nutella that they can dip that stuff in. So I didn't have that. You had your regular animal crackers. That's it. Maybe you had peanut butter. But I was never really a huge fan of just regular animal crackers. But these iced ones, that takes it to the next level for sure. Anyway, last night, I just finished up the final season of The Office. I used to watch The Office a long time ago, the American version. And I had never watched the final, couple of seasons. But I did. I've been watching them on Netflix. And I finished the final few episodes last night. And it was very... when I say the final few episodes, like the final 8 episodes I was up, so I watched them all. And it was very good. I really, really enjoyed that show. Now I can go on to Parks and Rec and start watching that. I'm also watching Luther on Netflix. It's a British crime drama. It's a good one. But there's not a lot of episodes of that, so I'll be able to finish that too. Let's see. Parks and Rec is great. Yeah, I'm in season 2. The first few episodes were kind of weird. Not really what I didn't really think it was good, but I heard they tweaked the show. And what I've seen since then is pretty good. So I think it's going to be a good one. I'll enjoy that show. So let's see. You seen Shameless? Yes. See, my wife and I started watching that one on Netflix together, but she seemed to lose interest. So we've watched 2 or 3 episodes of it. If she's not gonna watch it, I am. I'm gonna finish it off because that's a good show. That's a that's a crazy show. But William H. Macy, great actor, and that is insane. That is some crazy, crazy stuff in that show. But that's good. I'm gonna I'll continue that on my own for sure. Wow, we've been here a while. It says 110 minutes, so we're just shy of 2 hours here. And I've gone from sober Derek to like super buzzy Derek, like really quick. I'm eating circus cookies, and I've just been ignoring the pipe. Got Frogmorton Cellar in the Nearup. I've just been busy talking. When you're talking nonstop, it doesn't leave you with much time to smoke. I've been waxing poetic about cookies and whiskey and The Office, and Parks and Rec, etc. So, is there anything else? Is there any pressing issue that I need to address before we wrap it up? Let's see. Briarbor is enjoying a little bit of McClelland's 2020 in an IMP mirror. Let's see. Now, Aaron, I know you love your Meerschaums. I know you got a ton of those. And what is McClelland's 2020? Which is that? Let's see. It's because you drink fast, Derek, just like me. Well, I was sipping beer for the first hour, and nothing happened. And then I took to the whiskey, and somebody was encouraging me to chug, chug, chug. And like, drink that whiskey. And I did. I caved into peer pressure. And so I've been drinking that. Let's see, Matured Cake Mixture. It's a Virginia OR flake. Sounds good. McClelland can hardly go wrong with any of their stuff, to be honest. Anything they make is pretty spectacular. So, really enjoy what they put out. So many tobaccos, not enough money to invest in all. And I'm only smoking like 2 pipes a week, sometimes 3. I've just been so busy at work. And when I come home, I just want to sleep. So I only get around to smoking a pipe on my nights off. Although I could smoke on the way to work, no problem. I just need to smoke more. That's it. I'm making a commitment. Devoting some more time to smoking more. Because it's great. Smoking pipe tobacco is a great pleasure that most people don't understand about. They don't understand it. It's good stuff. They don't get the enjoyment, the joy that comes from it. And Frogmorton Cellar, excellent. Great flavor. Just a great tobacco all around. See, it's McClelland's. McClelland's is a great American pipe tobacco producer. It's run by Mike McNeil, and that dude is crazy. If you've ever seen any video of him, he is just this... He talks about just random stuff. And when he goes, I don't think there's anybody that can do what he does, unfortunately. So stock up on your McClelland's tobacco. Even if it's not threatened by the FDA or anything like that. If you like McClelland's tobacco, buy it. Invest in it. Get it stocked. Let's see. He wants his cigs from the 1960s. Good to see you, Derek. I'm out of here. Take care, Briar Boy. Aaron, thank you for having me on. Thanks for thanks for having me on. Thanks for joining me. Get your McClelland's tobaccos. Mike McNeil. They've asked him, "Have you trained anybody? Have you taught anybody how to prepare your tobaccos?" He's like, no, because he goes up to the store and like to the place where he processes his tobacco. He like goes up there in the middle of the night at odd hours to do things to his tobacco. He said, he's like, the techniques that I use, you can't teach anybody. Nobody else would do it. So when he quits the business, I don't know if there's going to be anybody to take over all these McClelland tobaccos. Because he has his methods. He has his madness that he engages in. And I don't know who's going to take over from that. Whatever he does, his Virginias have some sort of magic. There's some sort of magic sauce he uses on his Virginias that nobody knows how to replicate, and he's not telling anybody, and he doesn't have like a successor. So I don't know. Yeah, ketchup. It certainly does smell like ketchup. A lot of McClelland's tobaccos certainly do smell like ketchup. But I think Northern Bohemian, who was here earlier tonight, he's published a lot of interviews with Mike McNeil. Like, he'll show up to the Chicago Pipe Show, and people will ask him questions, and he just talks, and he's like, he just goes off on these tangents. He's crazy. You know, he's out there. But there's no denying, you know, the quality of McClelland's products. But they've asked him, like, hey, dude, if you happen to, you know, stop, you know, if you happen to, like, you know, they're asking him straight up, if you die, who's going to do this? And he's like, nobody. Nobody can do what I do. Nobody. So, and he won't tell anybody, and he can't, apparently he won't train anybody, or he just says, nobody's going to do what I do, because he'll show up in the middle of the night to you know, to adjust the temperature, adjust the moisture of his tobacco that's curing. He'll be like, I've got a batch of, you know, 40th anniversary, and you got to, like, come in at 3 in the morning to adjust the temperature. So he does all kinds of crazy stuff to his tobacco that requires around-the-clock attention. And he says that nobody will do it. He can't teach anybody to do that. So, pro tip number 2 for tonight, get your hands on McClelland tobacco if you like it. Stockpile it up. Because I don't know if there's going to be anybody to take over for Mike McNeil. Now, this is just my opinion. I don't know the reality of the situation. I've never spoke to the man. But I think if I did, that would be great. I would love to interview him on my channel or on Hayward Talking. I think that would be just the greatest thing in the world. But I don't know. But I do have, in my opinion, I think I've got a lot of stuff stored up in my hutch. I got lots of tobacco there. And I think it's going to last me a while. So me personally, I'm not really in danger of running out. I don't smoke multiple pipes in a single day. Let's see. Is Dunhill pipe tobacco still going away? As far as I know, yes. Yes, it is. It is. They made that decision when there was like a big, these two big companies merged together. And right after they merged, they said, we're doing away with Dunhill brand pipe tobacco in North America. They gave a timeline of like 12 to 18 months, and as far as I know, there's been no change on that. So Dunhill pipe tobacco still going away. I'm sure there's going to be like distributor stock. There's still going to be stuff that's in storage. You know, I'm sure they said 12 to 18 months. I'm sure it'll be a few months after that it's going to completely disappear off the shelves of retailers. I'm sure there's going to be plenty of local retailers, brick and mortar pipe shops that'll have Dunhill pipe tobacco on the shelves for years. You know, because that's how it is anyway. You know, most places deal in cigars. They deal in cigars, and they happen to have pipe tobacco. They'll have tins of pipe tobacco, and you know that stock just stays in stock for years. So I'm sure you'll still be able to find Dunhill pipe tobacco available for a little while, but stock up on it. But you know, there's other stuff that's just as good. Father Dempsey by Kramer's, which is available at smokingpipes.com, is fabulous, and it's a great match for like my mixture 965. So we're not going to be without pipe tobacco. We're going to have it. It's going to be available. The FDA's backing off on their regulations and things like that, so no worries. Anyway, guys, I've been here for 2 hours, so it's like 12:30 here local, and I think this is a great stopping point. I've been here 2 hours. I've eaten cookies. I've eaten cookies. I've drank whiskey and I've eaten cookies on the live stream. I think that's a great place to stop. We've been here just over 2 hours. We've talked about all kinds of stuff. So it's been my great pleasure to sit here and drink and smoke and talk with you guys. I'm sorry I never got to the snooze. It's just gonna jack with my head. It's been so fun. Luis Morales, thank you so much for joining in. Joseph, I do thank you for hanging out with me here. It's been an honor. It's been an honor to hang out with you guys and just sit and smoke and talk. I appreciate you so much. And for those who happen to watch later on, thank you for indulging me. I know I went from a extremely sober state to an extremely buzzy state over the period of 2 hours. And I thank you so much for indulging me in this. I thank you all who subscribe to me and enjoy my content. It means the absolute world to me. So thank you so much. So I'm probably going to stop short of saying, I love you, man. But I love you, man. All right. Thank you so much. You guys take care. Good night. God bless you all.